So thank me when you have made your millions after this recession. Okay, welcome back to the 4-part series. If you haven't watched the first 3 videos, 1, 2, 3 is over here. So please watch them before you continue on this very last episode. So today I want to talk about something, right, whereby all investors go through, including myself, which is emotional versus rationality. So rationally we know that we need to buy at the lowest point and we need to sell at the highest point. But the emotional side of us, right, doubts when is the lowest point. So in my previous video, I actually shared, right, that we do not really know when is the lowest point. We think that if this point, right, is the lowest, could there be another lower point after that? Yeah. So the emotional side of us will kick in. The question to you is, in 2018, right, did you manage to invest when there was a correction in the market? In 2018 was a trade war, and at its peak, right, the market corrects itself by more than 15 to 20%. Did you invest back then? If not, why? So what we need to do is we need to have strategies involved. So the 4 different strategies that I have shared over the past 2 videos are value investing, portfolio investing, dollar cost averaging, and of course trading itself. Yeah. So I'm not doing a video on trading because that is slightly more risky and more complicated. So if you want to find out trading, there are lots of videos on YouTube and for you to learn how to do, but I'm just not going to go into it. Okay. So there's a difference, right, between high yielding stocks versus high dividend stocks. So high yield stocks, right, they basically have very good returns. They have 20-30% capital growth, and that is some things that you may want to look into. And there are other things such as high dividend stocks, which they do not have much fluctuation in the stock prices, but they pay very good dividends, 6%, 8% every year. Some examples will be things like bank stocks. They pay 6 to 8% dividend, but their fluctuation generally, as compared to the rest of the tech companies, they are not so fluctuating. So I want to share with you guys, right, 3 books which are must read if you want to stay long as an investor. The first book, right, will be Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki, of course, is a very interesting man. Years ago, his company went bankrupt, but right, some of his philosophy, some of his terms, right, financial literacy, right, actually stuck by me throughout the years, ever since I started investing a couple of years ago. Okay, so first read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Second one, right, will be this guy, right, he is the mentor of Warren Buffett. His name is called Benjamin Graham, and he came out with this book called The Intelligent Investor. So this is also a very good book to talk about how Mr. Market, right, doesn't really justify or rather value, right, companies based on their current value. Okay, that means Mr. Market may have some emotional day and find that the stock prices, right, should be low. But you as an investor, you as an intelligent investor should not be affected. Okay, so this is one of the examples. The last book, right, is actually Richest Man in Babylon. Alright, so this is the last part of the video which I want to share on the 3 players which affect the market. So who is the one manipulating or who is the one controlling the market? Why do prices go up? Why do prices fall? So what are the dynamics, right? What are the things going on behind the scene? Okay, so there are 3 main players. Player number 1, they are called the buyers. Player number 2, they are called the sellers. Player number 3, they are called the investors. So if you have taken basic economics, right, you'll know demand and supply affect the pricing of certain companies or certain products itself. But right, when we're talking about market, right, there is one more player involved, which is investors, which are investors. Okay, so investments, they all usually have a sentiment. Okay, just like in the past week, right, over the weekend, Donald Trump actually declared that the Federal Reserve is going to do quantitative easing. That means they're going to lend out as much money as possible with no limits. Okay, so what happened is that most investors, right, or rather most sentimental investors, what they do is that they feel like, okay, now my sentiment is that the market is going to recover, so I'm going to start investing. Okay, the real actual demand and supply, they are still curbed. Okay, in the US, in UK, or even in Singapore, right, there's still quarantine going on, there's still a home restriction. So in reality, right, the demand and supply, they are still the same. But because of the investors' sentiments, right, they actually affect the price to result in a 10 to 15% growth in the Dow Jones and in the S&P 500. So these are basic dynamics of the market, right, that I think you as an investor should understand before you put in a single dollar. Alright, so we have come to the end of the 4-part series. So let me know what other series do you want me to talk about. If you would like to understand more regarding other aspects of finance, right, could be in real estate, property, could be in terms of banks, could be in terms of what savings account, or even what long-term saving program there are, right, you can actually hit me up and let me know, so I can do actually videos like this to share with you guys. Alright, so that's all for now. So please like, share, subscribe and comment on my videos. Okay, see you, ciao.